In this long-form video, we will be using the Army Painter John Blanche Master Series of paints to paint a somewhat limited edition Toad King, sculpted by Lasse Brogger, brother of Ole Brogger, friend of the channel. I'll put his link down below. He was responsible for the sculpt and the artwork that was used to put onto the card. It's Talisman 4th edition, I believe. Just zooming in on my displayed boxes there. We're setting up to airbrush and prime the 3 models. In the process, we'll also prime a number of others as we end up mixing up more primer and thinner than we needed. This video was recorded about 1 week, 2 weeks maybe at most, after UK Games Expo this year in May. And I was gifted the paint sets by Army Painter on account of Ole Brogger testifying for my painting abilities. This is more of a work aid than a tutorial. I will be aiming to make a tutorial for this and put that on my Patreon, but I thought it would be nice to give the internet some long form content to hobby along to. So this is a work aid, or what's called body doubling, I believe. Somewhere between a third and a half of the video as a voiceover accompaniment. Most of the middle section I'm talking in the background, but I've allowed that to remain in the background. The accompanying music has been carefully handpicked from the YouTube audio library with the intention of providing a productivity playlist for you to enjoy throughout. I was always awestruck by the Gothic. At a time where I assumed all observers of great art leaned towards Italian Renaissance. But Northern Europe was far, far grimmer, grittier, and darker. I've got the Northern spirit, so to speak. The Italian Renaissance used too many colours, so I got interested in the arts and craft movements in many of the artists from the turn of the century. They worked with a limited palette, and I became obsessed with reducing everything down to the basics. I like nature, trees. I like how their root systems help each other in conjunction with fungi underground. That's just fascinating. I want to draw that and go to that fantasy universe of hills, trees, and forests. It is true that I don't use any blues because daylight degrades blue colours. You've got a sky full of blueness and you don't need it anywhere else, do you? Browns and oranges have a visceral effect on me. I don't like garish colours on miniatures. It doesn't look like beings running across the battlefield. You don't have pristine colours or clothes. There's got to be something that I can relate to the tabletop. The colours in the Masterclass series are ideally suited to me. They are the best paints I've ever used for miniatures. They work well with one coat, and then I can use the washes and speed paints to utilise the textures and shadows to give depth to the original colour, and they seem to do it all on their own, which is very useful. The little water on the brush Perfecto. Scientific approach with color wheels can be kind of interesting. You have to go with your eyes and heart. What looks good is good, whether it goes against science or not. A lot of people want to make it science. It's a hobby. It's about having fun. Okay. These were written off and gifted to me, which was very nice of them. So I shan't be going, "Oi, where's my paintbrush?" or nothing. But still, if the packaging looks like it should have a brush in it, it should either have a brush in it, something to fill that space, or it should tell you it doesn't come with a brush so you don't feel confused like I feel right now. Just a thought. I want to say it's a slightly darker ivory than I've gotten before. Right, that's a wash. Wash, wash. Okay. Same piece of artwork. It's obviously the piece of artwork that was used to do the box colours. Says the same thing, doesn't it? Yeah. Don't need the paint guide. Having quickly flipped through it, it's a very basic paint guide that tells you how to prime your miniatures, how to clean them up, how to, do base coats, layers, washes, dry brushing, and even speed paints stuff. I've looked at this already. Most of these from the set, they're all dark, which is I really like. I really like the idea of something extremely saturated but extremely dark, and it fits with what I in my head think of how a traditional canvas artist like John, assuming it was canvas that he did his pieces on, worked with. You'd start with very dark colours and you'd have some brighter colours to mix up from. A bit like how Bob Ross used to do it, No brush again. Strange. I'm guessing you're not meant to get a brush, and this is just the same packaging that they've got from somewhere else, but I don't know. Looks like it was vacuum formed, maybe? But, anyway. Wash. We'll stick all the washes together. We'll stick all the bright ones together. What we have that are bright. We'll stick all the metallics together. And it is quite nice how they have done their tops. Right, this is an effect paint. It's a rust paint. I've heard about this. I've heard that this actually does leave a sort of texture to it, which sounds really interesting. I'm a little bit scared that it'll fuck up a brush like typhus corrosion would, but apparently not. We will test that on something at some stage. Maybe we'll use it to texture the ground of these models, because heavy metal, I think it's a shame that that's darker. I think that's a shame that that's a dark metal in a way. I think that could have been a bright metal, as it would have made. Yo, how's it going? So at this point, I'm priming the miniature by hand. There's a couple of the miniatures which haven't taken to paint well. One of them was the resin model, and the other one was the plastic model. Now, plastic model was more egregious, and in the end required a layer of PVA before it would take any paint. So I think that one that we've just done there is the resin one, which wasn't so bad. This is me now washing it with soap and then cleaning it up and then attempting again. This is the resin cast, I think. Sorry, the plastic cast. The plastic cast was the worst. and I think that's us trying to wash it down with soap, with brush soap, and try again. Now in Mike's Discord server, in Mike Moan's Discord server, which is why we're having a giggle, and we'll be moving through into different Discords throughout the evening. I'm later on in Darkroom Mini's server, and then later on we finish the model on a live stream, and all of this is contained within this video. So I started the recording just after having actually started painting. I believe we've used the Ruddy Terror, I think is the name of the paint, in order to put the base coats down on this. And we will get to the point where I'm actually painting on camera, I believe. But anyway, this is a sort of co-working video more than anything. We're going to be mixing the paints that we've got on the palette, which are all from the Blanche set, obviously. We've got the yellow, the red, the terra, the terracotta is the terra. We've got the what else? We've got the darkness. We've got one of the greens on the palette. I believe we get another one of the greens on the palette later. The ivory, if I've not mentioned that. In the end, I think we end up adding some black and some white in order to finish off. I intend to make a second version of this long form video, or possibly a more concise one centered around the painting, one way or another, explaining the full process, going through my color choices and how I planned to match using the colors I had on my palette to the artwork that Lasse Brogger did for the card for the Talisman game.
Well, yeah, but it's effort now for like relaxing and not effort later, right? So, gotta think about it like that. Yep. I watched a clip from a South Park the other day, and it was hilarious, man. With Peter, they had like the Peter Thiel bit. Have you seen? Well, yeah, I guess that's what it was. Because I was like, this has got to be a new season. Like, I really, really want to watch that shit. He does. He knows all about the Antichrist. I know all about the Antichrist. I've gotta see it, man. I've gotta see it. It really looks like they've gotten on form again. Like, I think they fell off, like, at a certain point. Like, I feel like they fell off around, like, Obama or something like that. Like, and then, like, it's only now that they're, like, really getting back on form. But, I don't know. That's my take, I guess, on that. Oh, yeah. What do you mean, bro? Tell me more. Right. I love it. What's happening? I have my equivalent in a poncho thing, but it's not a poncho. It's like a ponchon or something. I think it's called. It's like yeah, it's basically a tactical poncho with you got a pocket and it's sealed up on the sides. So it's basically just a big fucking hoodie, really. Like there's no other way of thinking about it. It's business. Mm-hmm. Yeah. I couldn't imagine wearing something like that right now, though, because it's quite warm where I am. Mind you, that brings up the whole thing about a poncho in the first place to me, or this ponchon that I've got, whatever it's called. It's, because it's like, it strikes me as though, they were made with hot weather in mind, right? But it's like, yeah. Yeah, because you'd wear that stuff in the evening anyway, right? You know, they can appreciate, like, that they don't have to take the model off the board at the end with all the others. You know, that's something to appreciate. They can take it off, like, early at the beginning. Doesn't sound too bad. Like, yeah, it doesn't sound naughty. Couldn't tell if that was a burp or a sigh just then. I don't know. Just curious as to which it was. Oh, it's so nice to paint something without a prescribed result. Nice paint so far. Yeah, must say, they are pretty good. They are pretty good. Would use them again. Yeah, I haven't tried anything since like the first few Fanatic paints, and I tried a couple of speed paints and. I didn't think much of the speed paints, but then like, yeah. Well, I think the other thing with the speed paints is that like, you had the first release had the reactivation thing going on as well, right? So, yeah, it's like it could be useful if you wanted it to be, but if you didn't plan for it, then it could be a problem. Yeah. Who is? Okay, yeah. Actually primed a couple of models today. A little bit on that. Oh well, it's a nice model, so I'll paint it, and it could be a good competition entry model. Their models are good for that. They're good for painting up fancy and entering into a competition, pretty much. No, you'd never get any fucking views on the internet from them, no. That's for sure. But and that's why they work well at competition, right? Because like no one's ever seen them before. So if you paint them nicely, they'll go, oh, okay, so what's this? I've seen this before. What's this? And then they just end up fucking well, just simply because they don't know what it is. Yeah. I entered one when I was maybe, I don't know, like 11 or 12, maybe 10, but I think I was like 11 or 12. I was at Games Day. I must have been at least 11 or 12, because my parents were like, he'll be fine walking around Games Day on his own. Which, to be fair, you were, you know, like back then, you were safe doing that. So. Yeah, it really was, yeah. Yeah, it's true. It's true. Well, I don't know if maybe. Yeah, that's the time of Jimmy Savile, wasn't it, as well, to be fair. Yeah. 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 I was going to do that too, yeah. Yeah, I've been thinking a lot about, well, not thinking a lot, but I'm like, oh, I've really got to get rid of that Signum affiliation. Get that to bed. One that I primed up, or I primed a couple up, I think, but they maybe already had a little bit of grey primer or something. But the one that I primed up from scratch was one of the Plague Doctor ones. You know, the Plague Doctor on stilts. Fucking great model. Really cool model. That's definitely a competition model. Just got to get the right environment for him. Everything's been fucking given away first. It's like, wish it didn't. I wish it didn't. We've all gone for stinky poos in our life, you know. Stop being such a princess. Well, just saying, we've all been for stinky poos. It sounds like Willow's subjecting to, you know, maybe not having had every piece of taken out of it. You know, it's underneath fucking cat litter. That shit neutralizes. Oh, good God, you go for a full-on scrub down. Wow. Wow. Yeah, that's awful. Oh, he's got a beetle claw, this, I've just noticed. It's only just really occurred to me that this version of the frog has got a beetle claw on him. Bless him. Look at him with his tiny little hand compared to him with his, I think that's on his print. Not print, but miscast. The Signum stuff. Yeah, that'd be good for that one. Why not? Oh yeah, no, I wouldn't want to order them. Can't you just get the STLs? Oh shit, well, then that's a different story. That is... I can't be, this stuff, that's part of the reason why I'm, like, totally fine with ridding myself of the, it's like, I mean, you know, I'm not going to get Jimmy sending me 3D prints anymore, so I just, there's no point, sort of thing, like, because I certainly don't want their resin and kits that they do, because they're garbage. Right. But that being said, I've always sort of struggled with having the Signum affiliate in a way, because it's like knowing that, like, someone could order something off there and have, like, let's say it's someone's first experience with miniatures and they order something and it's like, it's shit. Yeah. 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 Yeah, I wish I'd have done that, to be fair. I probably in a way probably wasn't even helpful for them, apart from the occasional paint, well, apart from the paint job I did. Because I think, like, my audience could probably tell by looking at my face and the way that I've reacted to them. And, you know, I've been honest about it occasionally as well, where I'm like, oh my god, what, you had, like, resin leak out of one stream? Yeah. Yeah, I mean, like, and also, what else are you meant to do? Like, what? Are you meant to not get paid because they sent you product for something that you've arranged? Like, I don't know. It's fucking... Like... Yeah. I think it is a deal, to be honest, actually. That's the only deal, really, that almost makes sense, you know, for, like, and for you, would be for them to go, alright, pay him, you know, and, yeah. Yeah. Oh, gosh. No idea. Oh, now you're asking. That's not an easy one. I don't know, but it's it's not a terrible game, I guess. I haven't played it briefly. Yeah, no, it's not. There's like no. It's not compelling at all. Like the universe that they've created just feels like an absolute jumbled mess, really. So, yeah. Yeah, totally. What the short sightedness going on there. Yeah, no, absolutely. Oh, Disney. Strange nerd. You mean the one with the who's missing fingers? The guild. Can't think. Okay, right. No, I wouldn't have known. Isn't she a famous person? Right. Once a week you paint one miniature. Oh, fucking good to that, isn't it? Yeah. You weren't doing the job. Yeah. Or maybe they were doing the job, but even so, it's like... Man, like, I've heard some horror stories about that guy, like, taking commissions off of people and then, like... I don't know, man, I don't know if he is a lovely man. He did some work for someone. He was doing some work for someone, and he promised, like, a price. And then, like, just without any prompting from the person who'd asked him to do the work, he asked for more money without having even completed the work that he said he would do in the first place. So, well, I mean, like, you've also got to be a bit of a to go around doing that. Like, you can't fucking quote someone a price and say, actually... No, you got to suck that up. You got to suck it up, learn not to underquote, and do the job you said you were going to do and take it on the chin. Like, really, like, that's my take anyway, I think. Like, right. Wow. Yeah. Wow. Yeah, they get that sort of thing. I'm sure. Still. When I heard that, I was like, what? Like threatened to like just sell the models on to someone or something as well. It was really. No, has he done a lot of that? Has he? No. Yeah. Yeah, like, even though the premise of it is talking about how, like, you know, orcs aren't what they used to be, like, it's not like you're hating on GW, like, the whole time. Or at all. Yeah. Yeah. Like, right. It might pick up when, like, 11th actually releases or whatever, I guess, possibly, right? But never be sure with these things going on. Yeah. The thing is that, like, you know, all of our videos would have done better than they otherwise would have on UK Games Expo, because of the fact that like filmmaking stuff and other big hobby YouTubers did videos, right? So that would have helped our traction like a lot. But yeah, but is it out? That's what I'm saying. Is it out? Yeah. Yeah, okay. Yeah. Dude. Nice. I might paint the second one of these tomorrow, to be fair, because I am enjoying this, so not that far off of being done, really. I will have him done, I think, before I go to bed. As for what I will do with the video, I don't know. I think I might be silly enough to upload it as like 2 times speed if you want to watch it at normal speed. Put it at 0.5 or something, you know. Hey, say again. Oh, bless you. Yeah, you know, I'm the same. You've only had 100 off me so far, so Yeah, you will get. That's what it's about. Right. Yeah. Just what is needed. That's so. Uh-huh. Yeah. No, I wouldn't say it wobbles. No, I wouldn't say it wobbles, but I'd say it's pretty stable and it's pretty constant, like the spinning that it does. Like, it's pretty reliable, to be fair. Yeah. 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 Yeah, that's a situation like how I was literally. I'm glad you said that because it's literally the thing that was in my head. I was thinking, well, how do you deal with that aspect? It's like, yeah, 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 yeah. And I guess well, it's her first child, obviously, as well, so that's not going to help the situation. Yeah. 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 Me. Yeah. 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 Yeah, that would have created a whole different series of events. Yeah. Yeah, well, I mean, I can imagine that you probably have that ability, yeah. And plus he's 18, right? So, and I'm guessing if he's sort of like, if he's sort of going on down the roads that he's going down, he's probably not like built and doing and working out and keeping himself strong and fit. I'm gonna just, yeah, yeah. Yeah. Yeah, yeah. 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 Thing is that punching isn't necessarily about strength, it's about technique and your size. So, like, you can not work out and you'll still punch the same. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, yeah. Retaliatory and yeah. 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 Pressure washers are amazing. Yeah, man. There's a 40k version of that. You know. Well, I don't know if it's its own game or if they just released it as like an add-on or whatever. But yeah, you can clean dirty rhino tanks up like that. You know, like it's got like a bit of blood and gore going on. I think in the process. You know, you're not just cleaning up mud. I don't think. But yeah, I kind of like that game. I'll be honest. I've kind of been tempted by it a few times. Pressure washer simulator. It's some good shit. Oh yeah, I guess it would be. Yeah. It's things have moved on since I last saw the pressure washing games. Yeah, shame about them not. It's really interesting that one of the UFC fighters has sort of like come out sort of quite anti, and they basically banned him from coming to the White House weigh-in or something like that, and they've ended up like getting a completely different fighter, and it's like, nah, not that interested, because like the fighter you had who's like come out a bit anti is actually really fun to watch, a really good fighter. But the guy that they've replaced him with, I've never heard of before, so I'm like, oh, I don't give a fuck. I want to watch you fight. I want to watch what's his name fight. It's amazing. But he's you know, come out against Trump's favourite nation, so. I mean, I don't know. I'm a bit skeptical. I think you've probably got your first president in Donald Trump. To be honest, I think he does that. Well, if my advice is take them all for all the money they're worth, because there's no local government that's worth their salt. Frankly, they should all be dissolved. many a time, having grown up in Birmingham, where it would be like, oh yeah, no one's allowed to go there for a while because there's going to be a fucking bin somewhere. So, pretty standard. Have you heard the news about that? I've got some good news about that. The Polish government basically said that Henry was a Polish citizen. So basically, it's no longer just an internal dispute. It's actually something that, like, well, a Polish citizen was arrested and allowed to bleed out by the English police. So it's a little bit more of a serious matter now. So I think that yeah, exactly, it is. Yeah, it's an international crisis. I think that Keir is going to be on his way out very soon. Yeah, I actually think so. Yeah. Is that Thursday? Is it? But it's very close, I want to say. I might be wrong. I think that's they're being replaced by what? Okay, yeah. It's made even more obvious the moment that he was out of office and was sort of caught speaking like a normal person. You're alright, mate. I think you're safe. Yeah. That's the same here. Yeah, and also, like, they've got all these expensive office buildings that, like, they don't really want to, like, you know, lose the tax write-off that having them is, you know, like, so there's that too, but yeah, it's both of those things for sure. No. Turning off the football in the UK is literally like that would literally be the end of the state. Like, yeah. Yeah, that's true. Yeah. Yep. Yeah, you'd have the same thing over here. Okay. dude. Explained what? Yeah, that's a good idea. Standard from us, to be honest. Standard from us, to be honest. Like, I'm just. No worries, dude. Take it easy, dude. See, well, take it easy, dude. I'm gonna do a little, literally on the last few brush strokes of this, and then I'm calling it. It's been alright, yeah. It's been a year so far. Like, I moved into a place that I can't really afford, and I've been sort of like slowly getting the commission painting to the point where maybe I can afford it, but it's a bit touch and go at different times. And I managed to get myself over to the like big UK convention, so that was sweet. Like, got myself funded to do that. And, yeah, just trying to make the most of it, really. So, I had an argument with a communist in my YouTube. I had like a YouTube video do really well not that long ago, like 10,000 views or something, right? Which I was like, on my channel was like really nice. And I thought, oh great, maybe the YouTube's gonna like pop off and I'll start being able to have that revenue stream as well. It hasn't popped off. I had one guy who, you know, was sort of like commenting in a few of my videos, and they were like, oh, you know, he got the wrong impression of the shit that I was saying, because I was like pointing out like all of the issues with, like I made a video, the video that popped off was about built-in obsolescence in Warhammer, basically, and how like, how, you know, they basically have like their sort of corporate cycle that kind of runs 3 years for each game system, and then they reset it, and but I was like going into the history of built-in obsolescence, like looking at the Phoebus cartel with the light bulbs. Got a bit of a family history with that, and so I went deep into that, and then I did a video like saying how 40k is like, it was designed as something to always be like a sort of I don't know, like a reflection of the worst kind of technological kind of state that man can get themselves into.
Got this boy to do. Well, just little couple of bits on, like, you see where the it's gone on the white bits, there's little bits of black, and on the edges. Kind of happened because I picked it up too quickly or something. So we're going to try and fix that. And then we've got 2 more of the same to do. This is a metal one. This is a resin one. This was a plastic one. No, this was the plastic one. Yep, this is the resin one. And I've got someone coming over tonight who might be bringing Talisman over, so we might actually get to implement it. If we get time, we're going to try and print. We're going to like try and resize this piece of card and sort of get it placed on some pieces of card. I think I have some white card to print onto, so it's just a matter of trying to do that. We will see. So, a few things to do. What about yourself? What are you working on? I doubt we will get it done in time, but if we get, but I mean, like they should only take like an hour or so to paint each, I would have thought. So, what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna get some fresh paint water. Blue for Death Skulls, right? I haven't looked into this for ages, but I did look into it when I was sort of setting myself up to do them. What feels like an age ago now. I haven't actually really watered this up at all. Red sort of got knocked down, so I want to bring some of this back. Not Hypno-Toad. No, it's Toad King from Talisman. It was a sort of custom community built rule and kind of model. The model was sculpted by Lasse Brogger, Olbrogger's brother, and the rules were like co-written with a few people. It's recognized, I think, in some way by the people who made the game. But I might also do one as Hypno-Toad as well. Now that, you know, I was thinking about definitely the eyes. On this one, I decided to go for slits, but I did consider Hypno-Toad eyes. But
decided against it in the end. I was also tempted to do one because we're using the paints from Army Painter for John Blanche's number 1 and number 2 set. I was kind of thinking about doing one in the style of John Blanche, but like then it's not gonna fit Talisman very well, I don't think, because Talisman to me is quite a colourful game, you know. Yes, it does. It turns players into toads. That is one of the things that it does. I think it can send you on a mission, maybe if you roll reasonably well. If you like roll 6s on him, you might get something like you might be able to get a talisman off him or something. I don't know. Can't remember. The rules are literally on my screen. I can check quite quickly. We can all have a look in a little bit. But it's he's similar, possibly. I don't know that rule very well, but he's similar to the Grim Reaper because he only moves and acts on. You can land on him and I think visit him, so he acts like a sort of character in the in the world when he's active, and when you roll 1s, like with the Grim Reaper, he activates in that situation, I think, and he only moves 1 square because he's only a little toad. He is the Toad King. He's bigger than your average toad, to be clear. He's not just your average toad. He is the Toad King. Had that bastard KO many other NPCs. Man, I think he KO'd me in my last game with my apartment friend. We're gonna have to figure out a good way of explaining that, where I don't say like apartment. It's like, I don't know. I can't say like. Someone help with that. I'm idiot. I'm small brain. Have mucho small brain. English hard. Do the orcs. If I paint them, their armor will definitely be Borderlands Bandit inspired. Yeah, there was some really nicely painted Borderland minis at the show, which get to show off a little bit in that video coming up at midnight tonight. We'll stop chilling that. Chilled it enough times. Ivory, a very warm, like middle ivory they've got in this set. Very warm, sort of like verging on pink. Could be for an ivory a little bit more yellow, maybe. Didn't put much on there. out. Yeah, get to play a little bit of Talisman, I think, later. We'll message him in a little bit. Get some progress on these done. If we get these done, then I will be aiming to get back to the 1,000 Suns. Let's put some more of the ivory on the palette. I found a place for these paints. I didn't put all of the ones that are in the set in this box. I couldn't quite fit them all in there. I can do that and get to them, which is nice. Orange and white, a trifecta of painful painting. Orange isn't that bad in a way. Depends on what you start with. I haven't painted all that much orange, must admit. But it typically is one of the lowest coverage paints that you can get. It's obviously like red mixed with yellow, which yellow is typically sort of like one of the worst, right? Red is also one of the worst. So yeah, I think you could probably do the same with orange, but people shade with. I've seen people shade with blue, like do a blue zenithal. So that could be a thought. What these would benefit from actually is if they had kind of a blue to cream blend on them. Would really pop on the red. So, yeah. A bit better. Yeah, it's useful to have one clarity. Better. Now, I don't have a blue on the palette, but there is a blue in there. Very dark. One of the ones I wanted to try, called The Darkness.
Okay. Well, they're very consistent, so trying to get a loaded brush blend there was quite difficult. Maybe try the other way around. Oh, that's too much, I think. Yeah. Okay. Well, that's, you know, worth testing. Years of War on YouTube, the original stream of such a banger collection of games. Might do another playthrough of them at some point. I'm guessing you can get those on Steam now, can you? Just try normal wet blend. If I can be quick enough. It's too thin, probably. Oh, that could do. I would love to play Gears. I've put 3 of my Xbox controllers up on eBay because I've decided I don't really need all 4 of them. Oh, okay, we're going for a loaded brush with the white on the end, apparently. I've seen E-Day being sort of touted, yeah. Yeah, I've seen that sort of being talked about, or just like a clip of, maybe even just a picture of it, or something, somewhere. I loved Gears. I was very good at the Horde mode.
definitely a thing of mine that I enjoyed a lot. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I liked liked everything about it. Liked seeing it turrets, liked getting to the point where you had everything unlocked in a map or whatever, and then you could like bring down like the dreadnought or whatever it was. I don't know what it was called, but the walker that you could get in. That shit was awesome. Yeah, it was. It definitely was. It was grim as. I faintly remember getting choked up by the story of Dom losing his like other half. That was fucking savage. Brutal. Yeah, no worries, dude. I'm gonna just be trying to do this as quickly as I can. I'm gonna bring the green up on the frog. And sweet. Yeah, it's much better, I think. Just a little bit more contrast. Ooh.
Potter's balls. Scorcho. Scorcho. Hey, dude. What up? What up, dude? I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna lighten up some parts in between the bumps in his chest, and I'm actually gonna bring in some fluoro green, I think, or some green ink or something. Because the artwork is this. This is what we have. And his chest is just that bit too bright for what I can manage with these paints, so just gonna how is your day going, dude? Makes sense in a second, I think. Couple bits from down here as well. How long ago did Opinion switch to lurking? And not that long ago. Not long ago at all. Shows that messaging when I joined now, so just curious, reality checking how old that history is. Nice Twitch quality of life improvement to this place in past chat hit you. Oh, does it? Oh no, that's not a thing they've added. But, I guess they could. But
you know, they do move rather slowly, if ever, these things. Fair to assume that there would be spots around here then as well. Might come in with some actual white in a moment. Cheers, dude. Yeah. We're going to be playing some Talisman a bit later tonight, hopefully. I will message my mate and if he's going to be bringing it with him. I have arranged to play sort of late. I think he sort of tends to be up quite late anyway, and at the moment I am anyway, myself, so... Down the hills. All parks. 40 messages were sent prior to me entering in. Nice. Yeah. Yeah, I think it's been like that for a while. But like, it certainly was a change when it happened, and it was like, oh, that's nice, man. I'm not coming into a blank chat room, like, and no idea what's been going on, and yeah. Is it a while since you logged in on desktop? It's hard to explain. Talking about you, boy. But you're still the same. Something inside you. Yeah, man. I don't know when they made it, but doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. Either way, it's clearly a great success. I appreciate it. Whenever it did come in, I might be having a like a time warp kind of moment with it or something, you know. Time? What is time? Will make sense in a moment. I hope. Probably looks like I'm just planning on making like his underside look all creamy, which is, you know, it's tempting. It's not the intention. Creamy. But you're still the same. Inside you.
Talking about you, boy. Oh, I need some straight up white on the paleto. Oh, oh, oh! Stop, stop, stop! Nearly, nearly. Hey, old Brogger, how's it going? Just bringing in a couple of paints which aren't in the set which is just some white, heavy body acrylic white, and a bit of fluorescent green. Hope you're having a good day, dude. All your day's been good. Don't want it to settle into those recesses. Coming back to that in a second.
about the paint. Yeah, it's good paint. It's I tried doing a loaded brush with it, which didn't go so well, but then like that just goes to show that they're just very consistent in terms of their thickness, really, and also coverage. You kind of need a paint that's quite a bit thinner to load up with on loaded brush for it to work. But yeah, overall good, a good experience painting with them. Seem to do okay in the wet palette overnight. Some worse, some more than others, but again, that's pretty normal with any current paint range. Always a paint or two which don't, you know, go on quite as well or whatever. It will get on quite as well in the paint palette overnight or whatever. But yeah, that's good paint. I'll definitely be exploring like restricted palettes a bit more with it, I think, you know. There'll be I might consider getting the other two sets just so I've got all of the sets that were made. I hear there's a fifth. I'll have to have a look at it, but I'd like to paint some stuff actually, you know, very much in his style at some stage as a proper homage, but maybe do a diorama with some custom sculpting, I don't know. Soak that up in a bit. I'm going to leave it for a moment. Be nice when I pick up the next one. This one's sort of had a lot of paint now. It's ready to be sat down and sort of painted with, you know, played with, I'd say. Which I shall be doing tonight. So needs a few more layers of this and then we'll sort of blend. No, the metal one is this one here. And oh shit, this is the resin one, this is the plastic one. Plastic one took some needed some PVA. I don't think we lost any detail really though. So just sing in the world. I'm doing a little bit of recording at the moment because I have recorded most of the painting of this one and it will go into the video. Getting there now. What are you up to tonight? How's your day been? Gonna leave me burn over pride. Ain't gonna leave me now. Can't you even leave me now?
But my cat, can't pull myself together. Should be coding, just fell asleep. Should be doing the bloody thing for the gun club. Is that something that you can set aside for a particular time and sort of keep yourself motivated throughout the day to get to that? Or what is it that's keeping you from putting yourself together? Think about me, no, think about her. Let's get some lines of separation into these little parts here. Not bad to have a little nap, you know. Maybe you can hit the coding now you've had the nap. Had a much better day today than yesterday. Yesterday was right pain in the arse, as few of you will know. Breakthrough needed some testing. Had a breakthrough, needed some testing, and I cut some of the coding down to a third of what I estimated. So now I'm just so tired. Yeah, fair. Yeah, I better message my mate shortly. Confirm the time. No worries, enjoy it. Enjoy. I think what we're gonna do is, have I got the okra out on the palette? That'll be this, right? Yeah. I need some of the yellow to come back alive, or I'll have to put some on the palette. Let's have to put some on the palette, I think. What I want is this, and I want this. Is this? This? It is this. Wait. paint came off. That. Yeah.
him done. I think we are calling him done. Okay. Right. What one chap? We have a finished Frogo and put him. For a bit.